everybody. Thanks for joining us. We are at one of our favorite places. Brian and Jeff from HVB Group here in Hoboken Real Estate with Riolo Homes by Bonk, coming at you from Carpe Diem in Hoboken with the one, the only legendary Joe, the owner of the joint. So Joe, say hi to everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi guys. Welcome guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you having us in here. What we're going to do, 5 questions for you. We're going to have some fun, guys. We're going to get to know Joe and his business a little bit more, get to know a little bit more about the story behind the business, some of the highlights here. So Brian, why don't you take us off the first question?
Awesome. So, what made you seize the day and start this great establishment?
I always wanted to own a bar. Originally, the idea was I would go back to Ireland.
Okay.
But things didn't work out that way.
Right.
So we lived in many places for about 2 years.
Okay.
Lived in the city, lived in Jersey City, and we finally said Hoboken, and then we kind of picked up in this neighborhood.
Very cool.
One of the things we wanted to do was trying to create our own little stamp on the business, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we came up here, there was nothing up here back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We bought this place in 05, it was an Italian restaurant.
Yes.
Right?
It was unique too, that restaurant, right?
It was. It
Yes.
was amazing food, absolutely.
Yes.
But it was, nobody found, you know what I mean? It was hidden away.
Right.
It really was. The whole area was different. The old trellis, a bridge,
Mm-hmm.
you know, very, very different.
Yeah, a lot of these buildings haven't existed yet. And
Right.
It's just been built up mostly over the last 8 to 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So much has filled in around you in that time, and you guys have been kind of the staple, the mainstay. One of the first, beer gardens now here, and the coffee shops here now, and you guys were one of the first kind of pioneers, I think, of this kind of.
The beer garden was a great help to us. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody ever walked north of the viaduct prior to the
Okay.
beer garden.
Interesting.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? So people were, oh, what's that place? So yeah, it was definitely a big help.
Awesome.
And then the movie came out.
What makes Carpe Diem different? What's the standout for you guys that really is your keynote?
Well, I mean, the original mission statement was a neighborhood bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we had to wait on the neighborhood.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Okay. Yeah.
So bit by bit, people did gravitate to it as a neighborhood bar because it was the only place and the only bar from 2006 to 2011 it was the only bar.
Right.
But the beauty about the area it is right now that even though you have what you said competition, it's all very different entities. You know, San Giuseppe's, Orale,
Yeah.
Beer Garden. You know, Shipper Knuckle had very different identities.
So, obviously, the wings here are spectacular, and we've won awards for them, and I've been at Elks and eaten them, and helped rated you guys on those awards.
Thanks for the support.
You're welcome. Thank you for the delicious food. But outside of that, what would you say is the most popular item here? Or maybe what's something that would surprise people that don't know the full scope of the menu?
We got a lot of compliments on the burgers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And then, from time to time, the special board is a big part of
Yeah.
what we do here as well.
Yeah, I see that on Instagram a lot, so definitely a great follow. If you're curious, want to get some new ideas, I would definitely follow them on Instagram and see what they're posting. It does inspire me on a random Tuesday to come have a pint and grab a bite.
I want to rewind though, because we talked about other than famous award-winning wings. What's the secret to those wings though? What's that one thing is the sauce, the way you cook them, the kind of wings you get?
We can't give that up.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I love it. What would people be surprised to know about this place? Maybe that you've been here a couple times and you didn't really explore.
The one thing that still surprises me is we have an upstairs party room.
Yes.
Right? A completely separate room for events or whatever.
Okay.
And I've known people sitting at that bar stool for 8 years and going, you have a party
You have a
room.
party room. So, this is a neighborhood bar, and that's what's brought me here from when I was single to now bringing my kids here. And what is awesome is the vibe here, and it's so unique. And there's so many pictures on the wall. I was just curious if there's a story to some of the pictures, maybe.
Well, it came about, a good friend of ours, Max Palsman, he's an artist. Subsequently moved to Spain,
Okay.
living in San Sebastian. And him and my partner and I came up with the idea of people that have seized the day in their lifetime.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's all a collective, we've gone back centuries, different, all kind of walks of life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very cool. Right. It is like see Jimi Hendrix, we have baseball players. It's not just locals. It's
Right.
from all teams. It's a secretariat. It's like everything.
Right.
It's a cool statement. It's conversation started for me, and I find myself staring all these years later.
Right, yeah, and there's a legend on the website of everybody that's
Very cool.
Is that
So
right?
check out the website and
Yeah.
learn the legend.
Well, link to the website where you can learn about all these awesome people on the walls here, and little stories behind them. That's great. All right, so that's our 5 questions. Thank you for telling us more about the business, more about the bar. For people who've been coming here for years, probably learned something like upstairs. And people who haven't been here yet, they now have a great reason to come get the best wings in Hoboken. We're gonna have a little fun. Want to learn about some of your favorites in Hoboken. You guys have been here 15 years?
15 years.
15 years. Brian's gonna run through 5, then I'm gonna run through 5. Just first things that come to mind. All right, Hoboken Rapid Fire.
Okay. Favorite pizza in Hoboken?
Favorite pizza now.
And is there a favorite restaurant outside of obviously Carpe?
Me and the family like Karma Cafe quite a bit.
Okay,
Ooh.
very cool. Is there a park that you prefer in town?
I would probably go with Sinatra Park.
Okay. Best view of the city from Hoboken?
I would again go back to
Sinatra.
Yeah.
Right.
Best thing about Hoboken,
It has to be the community.
right?
You know, everybody gets on. It's peaceful. Everybody's happy.
It is, right? It is
Yeah,
an awesome
absolutely.
vibe.
It's a great place to live.
People that leave this area, they want to come back. They
Right.
miss it. We have people.
Right.
I made a bad decision. I miss my community.
Right, and you're walking around town, and exactly,
Absolutely.
everything's outside your doorstep.
Without a doubt. All right, taking over from there. One thing you have a magic wand you could change about Hoboken. What are we changing?
It's a tough one. The only gripe I might have is the no parking.
Best takeout in Hoboken.
Probably take out from Carpe
Karma.
or Karma Cafe as well.
Karma as well, or wings from Carpe. We told him he couldn't use his own, so to be fair. How about your first time in Hoboken? What do you have to do?
Come to Carpe.
Of course, have a pint in some way.
Come sit down with us, a pint and some wings. Easy answer there for sure. All right, and the one thing that Hoboken is also famous for food-wise is the Italian delis that have been here for a long time.
Right.
So there's 5, 6 very popular ones. Which one do you have a go-to?
Probably go with Luca Brazzi's.
Brazzi's
Yeah.
downtown on First. Very good one. Absolutely. Awesome. This is our last question for you, Joe. We appreciate your time again today, but we'd be remiss without asking the bar owner, what's your drink?
Of late, I've been drinking session IPAs all
Nice.
day. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Joe, thanks again. Any last minute things you'd like to say about the restaurant, about the bar, about...
No, just as I said, come in. We have a great staff here, great product, and enjoy.
And Brian and I can both vouch for that. We love it here. Thanks again, Joe. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Look forward to seeing you next time at the bar. All right?